The magnificent Colorado River is one of the natural wonders of the world. Originating high in the Colorado Rockies and running 1,400 miles to the Gulf of California in Mexico. Hi, I'm Robert Fuller. Please join me and my guest celebrities in the coming weeks. If you do, you'll share with us the excitement and adventure of exploring the spectacular land created by the mighty Colorado River. Marcia Bierman is a name that is synonymous with big game fishing. Marcia is the only woman to have released granders of both species of marlin. That is, marlin weighing over 1,000 pounds while using stand-up tackle and 50-pound test line. Marcia is a truly unique sportswoman. I'm standing in God's country, about 8,000 feet up in the Colorado Rockies, 85 miles west of Denver in Granby, Colorado. Now, some historians will tell you that the Colorado River starts as a trickle of water higher up in the Rocky Mountain National Park, and that's true. But that trickle flows into Lake Granby, and then flows out of this headwater to become the Grand, as she used to be called. Today it's called the mighty Colorado River. And it wasn't until 2,000 years ago that humans began venturing into these valleys and mountains. The Utes and then the Arapaho controlled this vast area until the United States government acquired 358 square miles in the huge Louisiana Purchase of 1803. In 1843, Scenes in the Rocky Mountains was written by Rufus Sage. He spent 4 years exploring the area. We hope to bring you some of the excitement he must have experienced in our adventure down the 1,400-mile run the Colorado makes to the Gulf of California. The Ute Indians call the land running along the Colorado from Granby to Glenwood Springs their Magic Valley, and for good reason. Each season here has its own magic for fishermen, hikers, hunters, and skiers. There is magic here for everyone. This week finds us in Laughlin, Nevada. Laughlin is situated where the Colorado River borders 3 states, Arizona, California, and Nevada. Don't go away, we'll be right back. The Colorado River divides Bullhead City, Arizona, and Laughlin, Nevada. Both of these towns on the banks of the Colorado have exploded with growth over the last decade due to the glamorous gaming casinos of Laughlin. But the lovely Lake Mojave, the fishing and water sports of the Colorado River, are what excited Marcia and me the most. It's amazing to find yourself looking forward to a day's fishing in the middle of the Mojave Desert. I know our fishing guide, Jim Perkins, is a man who really knows his way around these waters. This should be an interesting first for Marcia.
Get the gaff. Small fish. Hit it from the side. Caught him right behind the eye. Okay, there you go. And there's your big fish.
Yeah, boy, that's my trophy for the day here.
The diamond that he's got on him.
Marcia. Where's that spine you're talking about?
All over. You got my finger bleeding already. Every time they hit you around the head here, you got those little sharp spines.
Look at him go. Oh, he got off right at the bow.
Came off.
Shucks. I saw him just swimming right
Oh
in.
yeah.
Must have been a 20-pounder. Got
Yeah,
off right at the boat.
Shot.
Look at that. Look at that.
Come right on over
He's
this
going on
way.
that side.
He's
'cause he
coming.
wants- he
Yeah.
wants his
Let's
picture taken.
let's cross over.
We're going to catch this one. I think it's already caught.
You
him.
got him.
No
Nice
quick
going,
release on
honey.
this
That's a
little
good
guy.
He looks identical. It's probably the
There's
same
your
one.
first little striper.
one. Jim, you got him trained, huh?
Same fish over and over.
Made him mad now.
He's talking. I can hear him.
There he is, your first little striper.
One of many.
We hope so.
Coming in.
Wanna put him in?
Yeah, let's let him loose right there. Is this pretty tame to you? After,
It's like bait fishing.
it is, huh? I see. Well,
I enjoy bait fishing. I enjoy fishing for anything.
yeah, you do.
really
well,
do.
that's good. That's.
I have my favorite, but
What is the favorite?
Marlin.
Marlin.
Big marlin.
Big
Biggest
marlin.
blacks.
And I heard that you caught one that weighed, what, 1,300 pounds?
I caught two within a year and a half. One was a blue that weighed, we figured about 1,300. And the other was a black that they estimated over 1,100.
And how fast did you bring him in?
The blue was 18 minutes and the black was 23.
That's incredible. So hard to believe. You see all these guys out there taking 2 and 3 hours to
And I
land
stand
these
up.
fish. And you do? You stand up with
Oh,
a
yeah.
gimbal and that's it, huh?
And a harness.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a line class record?
I don't kill them, so I don't get records.
Good for you.
I mean, you can't weigh them and
Right.
see. It just doesn't work. So.
That's good. Well, I want to
So
see you one of these.
They would both have been records.
I want to see you one of these days.
I think it would be a lot
standing
of
up
fun.
one of these marlin.
Well,
Yeah.
You would like to do it too.
Oh, sure. I'd enjoy that. Yeah. I've caught marlin before,
It's
but
much more fun standing up.
285 pounds is my biggest marlin, and it did take me about 25 minutes to get him in. But I guess you got to know the
You
secret.
have to be very aggressive.
Yeah.
A lot of people make the mistake of resting, which
And if you rest, he sounds on you,
rest,
right?
Certainly, it's his time to take off.
So you keep his head turned all the time.
Keep his head turned and keep him coming.
Oh, that's great. That's good. And now you're going to Venezuela for
Primarily white marlin
White
this
marlin,
time of year,
yeah.
but there will be some blues and we get
tuna.
some sailfish and there's some nice sized yellowfin tuna in there.
Marcia and I are as patient can be, like good anglers everywhere. Marcia's a really good sport. Stripers are not 1,000-pound marlin.
See the other one jump
Yes.
there? A little smaller than yours, Marcia.
So he's right in the same family.
Close.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him smaller.
There he goes.
But he got off the same way.
Release.
Very good, very good, very good. Well, now that's funny because I was really reeling very,
we're
very
trolling.
fast.
Maybe we're a little slow on him.
Let's pick up the speed
Okay.
as we get over there and just see what happens.
Grab Marcia's.
How you doing, Marcia?
I got him.
Got him.
Atta
up.
girl, look at this, a double.
Which one's bigger? Whoop! I didn't like that comparison.
I think they're
About twins.
twins, yeah. Oh, no. Mine's definitely bigger. But you can see now that they're together like this.
True.
At least by an ounce.
It is true.
The Riverside Resort on the banks of the Colorado has become something of a monument to the legendary man who literally put Laughlin on the map, Don Laughlin.
There was no blacktop roads. Of course, there was no bridge. The only way you could get here would be to come to Davis Dam and then come up a 2-mile dirt road to arrive at this location. And it doesn't rain very often out here, but when it does, or when it did, it was impossible to get here. The roads were too muddy.
In the 60s, when Don Laughlin first came down here, the place was really remote. There was nothing here. One little building that he bought, and plus one other little bar that was set down the street about a mile away. It was barren. The dam, of course, had been put in earlier than back in the 40s. They used this area as a place for people to live while they were building the dam.
I'd lived in Las Vegas since 1952 and had a club up there with 6 competitors on each side for years, and I sold out in 1964. I decided I'd go out to a state line location where there wasn't so much competition and try to establish a new business. So we opened the Riverside Hotel and Casino here on the banks of the Colorado River in the extreme southern tip of Nevada in August 2nd, 1966.
Basically all that Don had here was a little bar with about 7 slot machines and a snack bar and a 21 game, and operated by he and his family. He and his wife took turns dealing and flipping hamburgers and things like that.
The closest mail delivery was 42 miles away in Searchlight, Nevada, which is halfway between here and Las Vegas, so we decided to apply for a postal substation down here, and the office in this region is San Francisco, so the San Francisco Postal Department sent a man down by the name of O'Neill to look at the property and evaluate whether it was necessary to have a post office. Back then there was only 25 or 30 people on the Nevada side. Today there's 8,000. And he asked us what we wanted to call the place, and I suggested Bullhead City, Nevada, or there's a Jackpot, Nevada, so I suggested Casino, Nevada, and I think Davis Dam, Nevada, and also Riverside, which is the name of the hotel, was suggested. And a couple of months later, when it was approved for a post office, it came down Laughlin, or a lot of people pronounce it Laughlin, as he did. And we were kind of surprised. And the next time I saw him was another couple of months, and I asked him, I said, Mr. O'Neill, why did you decide to use Laughlin? And he said, well, every state's got a Riverside and the mail gets mixed up, and we don't really like gambling names like Casino. And he says, what the hell, Laughlin's a good Irish name, why not? And without a smile, that was his answer.
It started to slowly build in the 80s. We didn't get city water until 1985, and that's basically when the growth really started. In 1983, we had less than 100 rooms here.
Well, most of my friends and competitors in Las Vegas and North Las Vegas thought I was crazy. A few of them drove down and kind of laughed and walked around for a half hour and went back home, and we were the only place that was open late in this area, in the tri-state area of Kingman, Needles, and Bullhead City. And when it would get to be 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, we couldn't get rid of the people, so we just started staying open all night.
He has really done a great job of helping us build this community really on both sides of the river, both Bullhead City and Laughlin, because he has holdings in both sides, and he's been very active in the community on both sides of the river. He and his people have been.
Water in the desert is like a magnet. You can drive for 200 miles in any direction here and not see any water. And you come up on the Colorado River, and it's a large river. It's kind of like the Nile in Egypt. It draws people in, not only for fishing, but and water skiing and water sports, but just the soothingness to the eyes to see this big river flowing through the desert. And that's something Las Vegas doesn't offer. And I always tell people it's kind of like Palm Springs with a big river through it. And it's about 12 feet deep, and it's about, I think, 1,200 foot wide at this point. And it just flows all year long.
Don made sure there would be ample RV space for his wintertime visitors.
snowbirds made Laughlin. We wouldn't be here today without the snowbirds. It's been very good for us. It's a good market. It's a different type of market than most gaming towns look for. But we recognize the worth to us, and we certainly foster that market.
With this climate and probably the mildest winters in the whole United States right here, we are packed especially from December around to May, with people from the Midwest, from the Northwest. We get an awful lot of Canadians, and we're starting to get quite a few foreign visitors. There's probably more to do here than most places in a climate where you don't need a coat on.
Las Vegas grew at a pretty fast rate, but in 1967 they had about the same number of rooms that we have today. And we didn't start it really until 1985 to grow. So we're really looking at it, in 9 years we have grown faster than Las Vegas ever thought they could grow.
I see great things happening in this area. It's really never slowed down in the 28 years that I've been here. I don't know what's going to be here 28 years from now, but I think you'll see the area probably at least triple in the next 10 years. When I moved down here in '66, there was only about 20 people down here on the Nevada side. There was a little community across the river in Arizona at Bullhead, but we're around 8,000 now, and I would forecast that in less than 10 years that we'd be 25, maybe 35,000 people as far as population is concerned.
Nighttime is full of the lights and gaming glamour of Las Vegas. I suppose that's what makes Laughlin such a unique adventure. The excitement of Las Vegas and the experience of the magnificent Colorado River. Quite a combination. Steamboats on the Colorado River. For the most part, they remain an unknown story. But if these wonderful old boats could talk, what adventures they could tell. The steamboats were a colorful and vital part of the saga of the Colorado River and what is now the Laughlin area.
The steamboats carried materials, supplies, food, tools and stuff that the miners would need, dynamite, different things of that nature. They would travel up from the Gulf of California up to Hardyville, where they made the head of the navigation. They would pick up their wood for fuel. That's why we don't have too many trees. The trees were utilized for fuel. They would load their fuel and stuff during the night and rest up and take off early the next morning. The steamboats lasted until 1916. They were pretty good size. They averaged over 100 foot, and some of them were 149 feet long and approximately 32 feet across. But they only would pull maybe 12 to 16 inches of water, which is the only way they could survive on the Colorado River. 1916, the railroads put them out of business. They just couldn't compete with it, and it was just too much of a struggle to survive in those days. Automobiles were coming, and trucks and everything. That just put them out of business. You could travel to San Francisco, I use that the farthest point, steerage for $44. Yeah, first class was $90. It was cheaper in the long one to go by steamboat and safer, but they didn't have to be involved with Paiutes, which usually covered the land between the Colorado River and California.
The more you learn of the dramatic history of the Colorado, the more powerful the experience of this river becomes. From the steamboats and miners of the colorful past to the gamblers and anglers of today, the great water adventures of the Colorado always call you back for more.
Just come right on up the side if you want. Well, with my boys. There he went.
With a quick release.
Oh, Marcia, fishing might have been a little slow today, but do you see what I have right here? Look at this.
They got some decent size.
Oh, look at, there's some 10-pounders in there easily.
Easy.
Now, you want to see something incredible? Watch this. And they know already, look.
The ducks sure know something's coming.
Of course they do.
All right, now watch out. It's looking to be like piranha.
There's a little fish in here too. They're mad over on the other side.
Look at this. Look at these fish. Look at them.
Unbelievable.
Oh, look. You can actually,
Oh, that one you can hand feed.
Well, you can, but be careful. They'll come up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Marcia, here we are at Davis Dam, just above Laughlin.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, time for me to say goodbye to you. I hate to do that, though. It's sure been fun.
I had a wonderful time.
I'm really sorry that for your first attempt at freshwater fishing, we didn't do a little better, but maybe next time.
That's why they call it fishing.
And one of these days, I want to come fishing with you for the big
I'd
guys.
love to take you saltwater fishing.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Donna.
we'd have a good time. Thanks.
I sure had a good time with you.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.
Join us next week in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, when my guest will be Buck Taylor, a veteran Western actor from Gunsmoke to Gettysburg. Buck's unique personality and beautiful watercolors make our next adventure special.